Hello, my wonderful YouTube friends. Kenji, aka NumotTheNummy, going to join a draft league. This ain't any draft league, though. This is Kaladesh. Let's jump in. I know you guys want to get right to the action, and I've been neglecting you, so I'm going to try to pop out more videos. And let's start with this one. Stay tuned. Alright, friends, draft is a go, and our rare is, well, not exactly the rare you're looking to open. Insidious Will. I do think this card is very playable. The card is very playable. I think blue is awful in this format. I've been keeping record of all the drafts I've been doing, and we've been streaming for like 12 plus hours a day over on my Twitch channel, and white is by far the most winningest color. Blue, on the other hand, is very poor. A lot of the cards in blue are just so much worse than their other colored counterparts. That being said, I think I'm actually going to take a blue card here because it is one of the most fun, and that card is Whirler Virtuoso. There are few cards that you play for in blue, and I think Virtuoso is one of them. The thing is, you generally end up splashing the blue card, whether that be Whirler Virtuoso, Cloud Blazer, what have you. Other good cards in the pack: Marauder, Underhanded Design, Subtle Strike. We're going to go through those real quick, but we're going to go for the fun pick here with the Whirler Virtuoso. And then kind of regret our choice, as green has the best cards here. Don't get me wrong, Janjit Sentry is good. It is good, and it does work well with the Whirler Virtuoso, but Pima Outrider and Voltaic Brawler, I think, are just better cards. To a lesser extent than you have things like Windrake, Weldfast Monitor, Thriving Ibex. I think the best card in this pack is the Voltaic Brawler, and actually they combo quite well together as well. And I think the Brawler, well, I think red-green is going to be better if I want to move into that later. So I'm going to take the Brawler here and see if we can go like some 3-color sweet energy shenanigans. Alright, another good pickup here for us. Pima Outrider, which is one of the best green commons alongside the Seed Sculptor and maybe Hunt the Weak. We also have a Brazen Scourge here, which is quite nice. I think here I like taking the Pima Outrider over the Brazen Scourge, but I can see taking either. Both are great, and I wouldn't fault you for either one of them, but I think I like the Pima Outrider a little bit more. That being said, the Brazen Scourge does overlap on both of these colors, so maybe it's better to take the Scourge here. And just because of that, maybe I will. Other fine cards in the pack: Gear Seeker, Serpent, Gear Per Guide, yada yada. We're going to take the Brazen Scourge and see what this goes. And it looks like it's going to lead to the Seed Sculptor that I was talking about as one of the best green commons. Speedway Fanatic is definitely okay, and it's, well, if you live the dream of turn 2 Fanatic, turn 3 Renegade Freighter, hit your opponent for 5, yeah, that's nice, but not often do you see a Renegade Freighter. You generally have to open that card or have it passed to you within the very first few picks. I think the safe play here is the Seed Sculptor. Actually, is that even true? Like, for the previous reason that I took the Brazen Scourge over the Pima Outrider, I might actually just take the Speedway Fanatic over the Kujar Seed Sculptor. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do that, but I think the Seed Sculptor might be a better card. I'm not going to pay attention to the Sky Skiff. I know a lot of people like that, but I don't think it's good. Okay, well, Malfunction and Janjit Sentry here. And you're going to see this a lot in Kaladesh draft. Just blue being very, very open because it is the color that you least want to be playing. So I'll take the Sentry here. It goes along with our energy theme. It goes along with red-blue. And unfortunately, Territorial Gorger, it looks good. No, that's not even true. It looks like it might be playable, but it's not really playable. Even with multiple ways to get energy already, this is not a card I'm going to look to take. In fact, here I'm looking at the Weldfast Monitor and the Salivating Gremlin as both better cards. I have played a lot of Eager Constructs as well. I think that card is perfectly fine filler. And then a Cathartic Reunion, which is also quite fine. Don't have any artifacts right now except for the Whirler to produce them, so Salivating Gremlins is just okay. Although, if you get going with the Whirler Virtuoso, Salivating Gremlins becomes quite nice. And this card gets a lot better if you take it earlier. You can start taking more artifacts. I'm going to go ahead and take the Gremlin here. And another good blue card, Vidalcan Blademaster, 2-3 prowess for 3 is completely fine. I'd honestly rather take the Spireside Infiltrator here or the Attune with Either. And remember, if I'm going to be splashing the Whirler Virtuoso in my red-green deck, I want to have Fixing, and this also adds energy, which is really, really sweet. I think this card is actually quite good. It's very easy to go 3 colors in this format, provided you do take the Fixing a little bit early. Not a huge fan of Inventor's Apprentice. Don't think that card's very good. Yes, there's a Homeford in some decks, but generally I'm going to pass on that card. Here I'm going to take another Salivating Gremlin. We're looking for artifacts for sure. And I think we have a good start to a red-green list, maybe splashing the Whirler. We'll just have to see where this ends up. Alright, next pick for us. A late Eddy Trailhawk. I think this card is actually quite playable and does a lot of work. For us, we're going to take the Fireforger's Puzzle Knot. I think this is certainly underrated. The Puzzle Knot does kill a ton of creatures in this format. Plus, having the double Gremlin means, we want to have some number of artifacts, I think. Takedown is very main deckable and a good sideboard card. And then Rush of Vitality, just a great black combat trick. But Puzzle Knot here for us. Giant is completely fine. I think people overlook this card a lot. But it is a good top-end card for sure. 2 might not be played, but we'll definitely play 1 if we're going to be base red. Another blue card that's pretty solid. Sideboard Tactics. Larger Than Life is not playable. Terror of the Fairgrounds, also not very playable. And yeah, I think pack 1 went very, very well. Happy with where we are. We are solidly in red. We didn't get any of the awesome red cards, such as Welding Sparks or Harness Lightning, but we got very solid creatures. And then we're either going to be playing blue or green, or some combination of both with it. So I think we're pretty happy here. Haven't really tried too many blue-red decks. Looks like they want a lot of energy. And I think 2-drops are very key in the format, which is why I had mentioned taking so many of the constructs. I'll have to see what pack 3 has in store for us, though. I guess Chandra would be the dream as a 4-drop, which we don't have any of. And a red card. Or just a land. Blooming Marsh. I'm sure that's worth a few tickets, but we have a very, very easy pick here. And I'll give you a few seconds to think about it. Tick, tock, tick. Yes, the choo-choo train. Happily going to take the Freighter. We are a glutton for 3s right now, but Renegade Freighter is one of the best commons in the set. I think Welding Sparks is the only other common I would take over Freighter. Skyweather Shot's great. Gearsmith is good. Subtle Strike, good. Some other fine cards in here, but very, very happy to take the Freighter and see what we get next. Okay, this looks like an Either Torch Renegade. Another good energy producer, and, well, it's sometimes hard to read the energy amount for the last abilities of these cards, but if you can pay 8 energy, you can shoot a player for 6. Happily going to take that here. Another 3, yes. And I'm passing Era of Innovation, which I think is decent in this style of deck as well. Glint Sleeve Artisan. Dund Operative is one of the better black commons. I think this card is just very good. It's a bear on the surface, and then it turns into a 3/2 Death Touch with any artifact. But Renegade here for us. Into what's going to be a Welding Sparks. There's that best common I was talking about. Sky Skiff. Prism, which we would happily play. But yeah, Welding Sparks is just going to be an easy pick. Into... Well, this pack is not so good. So I had some really fun interactions with the Decoction module here. This card is sweet with the Whirler Virtuoso. So it says whenever a creature enters the battlefield, you get an energy, and then you can return a creature you control this owner's hand. So basically, you pay 3 energy, make a Thopter. That Thopter produces an energy. So every Thopter is effectively 2 energy, as long as you can pay 3. Innovator's good. Construct's good. I'm going to try to take the module and see if we can get this to work again. I think that's very, very awesome. Right now, these are questionable cards because, well, honestly, I don't know what colors I'm playing. We're red something. I would assume I'm playing the Virtuoso at the very least, but we're still looking for more artifact synergy with the Gremlins, which, again, is good with the Virtuoso. But beyond that, who knows? The world is our oyster. Maybe we get another Voltaic Brawler. Maybe we see another Virtuoso. For now, I'm quite happy with where we are. Despite being a little bit all over the place, we are in 3 colors. We still have almost nothing but playables, So I think we're in a very, very good spot. All right, next pack for us here. Well, there is a Spire Bluff Canal, which is good fixing and worth a few tickets. There's a Bomat Bazaar Barge, which is a solid but not insane vehicle. Nimble Innovator and Windrake also good. I think I'm just going to happily slam this Spire Bluff Canal. I'm not really losing out on too much, and the fixing could be huge here, so happily going to take that and put it to the side. Ooh! Well, this is interesting. That's a really late die young, to be fair, but Imperial Voyager. The problem with this is that it's blue-green, which is double splash color since we're such heavy base red, but I think I want to take that. Let's have some fun. All right, and we're going to happily take the Thriving Turtle here. I think I'm going to cut these Salivating Gremlins. They don't do enough with the deck. We're going for the energy synergy as opposed to the artifact synergy. So I'm going to take the Thriving Turtle here and see if we can do something silly. Another sad pack. Not going to take the Apprentice on the wheel. I think we're just going to take another Fire Fortress Puzzle Knot. Don't need 3 Wayward Giants. Ooh. Okay, Sage of Shyla's Claim is also quite nice. Yeah, and that goes well in the energy deck. Alright, start your engines, ambition. I'm going to take the Cathartic Reunion here. I love this card. Seems to do a ton of work. Consulate, maybe. I'm not going to run 3 Fire Forgers, although I've definitely brought in 3 from the board before, so who knows. I don't know. We are a little bit all over the place. I could still be red-green energy splashing blue. I could still be blue-red energy splashing green. I could just be red, super heavy red splashing blue-green. Right now, I'm liking where we are. It's just we have to kind of solidify the hard colors. We know what colors, but we don't know how much we're going to do. All right, Innovator on the wheel is perfectly fine here. And yeah, one more pack to kind of shore up this deck. It's looking pretty good right now. I would like maybe 1 or 2 more win cons. And we opened a Multiform Wanderer. That card is pretty good with energy, even better when you're able to pump it up, which I don't have any ways to do so right now, but yeah. In a deck that wants this much energy, this card is just great. Passing a Freighter, unfortunately, but there's no way I'm passing a Multiform Wanderer in our deck. Filigree Familiar, similarly very, very good. Construct in the pack, as well as an Inventor's Goggles, and a blue-green fixing land. Wow. Oh. Filigree is always good, and you're going to put it into every deck, but I think I'm just going to take the fixing here. Man, this land is so tempting. It's so perfect for us. This is a tough pick. Familiar, Goggles, Sanctum. I think it's definitely between the Familiar and the Sanctum. I'm gonna go. Oof. I'm gonna go with the Sanctum here for the fixing. That's just too good to pass up. The red-blue and the blue-green land. This is an awesome looking draft. I don't know how good it is, but this is awesome looking. Probably cutting Blade Master here. All of the cards I have are sweet. Ooh, Saheeli's Artistry. That is one of the very few reasons to be blue in this format. This card is just insane. Copy it. Create a token that's a copy of target artifact. Create a token that's a copy of target creature, or do both. Card is gross. I am passing a very large amount of other good cards, though. Rhino, Tiger, Sky Whale. But yeah, Artistry is the nuts. Happy to take that. And next pick here, maybe another Attune with either. That or Inventor's Goggles. Although, now looking at it, it looks like we're going to be just blue-green. I could splash the Voyager for sure, but I don't think it's worth it to splash the Brawler. And I'm not splashing for fixing on the Attune with either, so the only card I'm going to consider playing here is the Imperial Voyager. And because of that, I don't think I take the Attune. It's tempting, though. It's super tempting. I think the Goggles here might just be the better pickup. Oh, this is hard. Attune with either is so good in this deck. If I go red-green, can I just splash the blue? That's so hard to do, though, with the Saheelis. Okay, I'm going to go for sweet, though. I'm going to take the Attune. More lands. Unfortunately, Pima Outrider, a little bit far away from what we're going to be able to do. Era of Innovation, though, could be a thing. I don't know. How many Artificers do we have? 1. That's not. That's a Human Rogue. 2. These are not. Those are Giants. No, we only have a few Artificers. And only a few artifacts, so maybe this is not worth it. But there's nothing else in this pack that I'd play. Again, Pima Outriders maybe a little bit too hard with the double green. Although, if I go green-red, splashing blue, then maybe I can play the Pima. Maybe just splashing the Whirler and the Voyager and the Artistry. Although splashing a double blue card is so awkward. I'll take the Pima Outrider. We might not play it. Ooh, another very, very good pack here for us. Deadlock Trap is quite solid in a deck like this. I'm losing out on a Helix and some other good cards, but I think Deadlock Trap is exactly the kind of card we're looking for. I'm surprised we didn't see too many Select for Inspections earlier, but here we're looking at Theorist, Appetite, Pyro Helix, and the Select for Inspection. Close call. Not quite sure what I want to take. Not quite sure what I want to take. The Helix is probably the safe play, but Theorist is quite good at producing energy and using energy. Yeah, the more I look at it, the more than likely that I'm just playing blue-red, which means I'm probably just taking the Theorist here. All right, all of these are pretty filler cards. Guess I'm going to take the Express for sideboard. I don't think that card's very good, though. All right, Infiltrator's fine. Nimble Innovator. Kind of wish I had taken that Inventor's Goggles now. Hopefully we wheel it. We could play a counterspell here. We'll see. Yeah, I could definitely just go blue-red and cut the green completely. We still have some fine playable cards if I want to do that. But I think this deck is pretty sweet. Not going to play Terror. Okay. So again, this Voyager is questionable, this Brawler is questionable. But everything else I think is pretty solid. I could just put in the last of the Gremlins to fill up the deck, or even the Blade Master or Failed Inspection. I think those are also viable options. Let's see, bombs. We have Artistry and Wonder. We have a lot of solid cards. Freighter, Trap, Virtuoso, Welding Sparks. I guess I'm a little bit short on removal spells here, aren't I? Yeah, we have 2 Puzzle Knots and a Welding Sparks, but otherwise our removal is not very good. Deadlock Trap's fine as well. Yeah, it's so hard for me to justify splashing when I'm not playing green as one of my base colors. Like, we're very solidly red-blue. And this is great in our deck, but I think we already have enough ways to produce energy, and it's not really a bomb, you know? It's very solid. It's above average for sure, but it's not a bomb. So, things I'm considering putting in here. Gremlins, Inspection, Blade Master. In fact, I have 21 cards here, so I could put in 2 of 3. Let's look at our creature versus non-creature. And is the Blade Master or the Gremlin going to be better enough? Artifacts, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 ways to make artifacts, so Gremlins is not bad. But we also have a lot of non-creature spells. We have the same amount, 8, so Blade Master does have blowout potential, although we only have 1 instant, so we can't really get them during combat unless we have specific, or exactly, Welding Sparks. I think I might just go with double Gremlin here, which makes putting more artifacts in the deck a little bit better. I think we'll go like this, run 9 red, maybe even 10 red, 8 and 7 blue. They suggest 10-7. I'm going to go 9-8 in favor of red. Well, actually, I guess we don't need much blue, do we? Yeah, let's go with heavier red here. 10-7. Run it like this. Oh, I'm a fool. I have Spire Bluff Canal. Okay, that's even better. Whoops. Forgot we had some great fixing. Botanical Sanctum as well. Again, don't think it's worth splashing, but it's definitely consideration. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 red sources. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blue sources. And yeah, the only thing I'm really missing out on is that goggles, which I think might have been the correct pick in hindsight. But let's save this deck and let's go right to the first match of this league. All right, here we are for round 1 with our red-blue deck in this league. We are running energy.deck. Oof, and this hand is a bit of a sketcher, but I'm going to have to keep it. I don't think you can mulligan hands like this. They don't look great, and yes, there's the potential for flooding, but generally 6s aren't going to be too much better. We'll see what the opponent has here. Hey, and look at that. Even though we drew a land, we have a very good target for this puzzle knot. I am hoping we don't draw any more lands for the rest of the game, but we'll see what happens. Killing their opponent's 1-drop with your puzzle knot and still having it on the battlefield for later is quite nice. Plus, this is a very good card versus a lot of the red-white cards. Like, now they just can't even play, like, their Veteran Motorist, any of their 2-1 humans, the Gear Shift Ace or the Hasty Ace. Like, it just makes it so awkward for the opponent knowing that I have it in my hand. Are they considering passing here to not get it killed? Oh, yeah, see, they had Servo Exhibition. All right, well, unfortunately for me, I kept a 5-lander, and we've drawn 2 more lands back-to-back, which means this is not going to be easy for us. I do have 2 innovators that would be good on curve next turn. But keeping a 5-lander and drawing 2 lands in a row is quite bad. In fact, we're probably way behind, even though the board is at basic parity. And, you know, that's variance. I took the risk. Like I said, you have to keep these type of hands. You know, if we just ripped 2 spells in a row, obviously we'd be looking insane. All right, opponent had a Pyro Helix for our 3-2. And now we're really hoping to draw some spells. Come on, Inventor. Or anything. Non-land card. Hey, perfect. There's the Innovator. That's the one I'm talking about. Hopefully this can draw us into more non-lands. And even if it does draw us a land, which it did, at least we're going through our deck a little bit faster. Getting pretty unlucky here, I would say. Brazen Scourge from the opponent. All right, so we'll be taking 3 down to 15. Looks like they might be missing their land drop, though. Wayward Giant is the card I want to draw now. And we have 2 in the deck. Oh, wow. They are already chump attacking. That is not advisable. Or Multiform Wonder. We have 3 5-drops in the deck. Oof. That's a pretty solid draw. We're going to leave back our Innovator here. If they want to attack with Brazen Scourge, I'll block with Innovator, and then at the end of their turn, use the Puzzle Knot. If they attack with their 1-1, I'm going to block it again. All right. See what they follow up with. Aerial Responder, that's a good one. All right, let's finish off the Brazen. They don't have an artifact I want to copy. I don't want to Saheeli's Artistry and copy the Servo token, so I think I'm going to take an extra hit here and play out the Decoction module first. Module would have been great to have with the Innovator to keep chaining it. All right. His opponent playing pre-combat here. Cathartic Reunion, discard 2 lands. All right, good. Good for them. We also have a Cathartic Reunion somewhere in our deck that would be a solid draw. Let's see if they have anything to follow up that Reunion with. Land and maybe a 3-drop? No. Ooh, hey. Well, there's our Reunion, and we're at, what, 5, 6? We're at 7 mana, so I can Reunion, discard these 2 cards, and potentially draw like a land and a 5-drop. Again, I think I'm going to hold off on this Artistry for one more turn, now that we drew our own. That seems just like too much value. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to play Deadlock Trap here. We're going to get a lot of energy soon. Next turn, I'm going to copy the opponent's Aerial Responder and copy my Deadlock Trap and start going off with energy. And then we're going to have multiple tappers. We'll have the Sentry, the Double Trap, and the... yeah, the Sentry and the Double Trap. Ooh, this is big. Hopefully it's an artifact. Okay, that's not the artifact I want to see. Yikes. Oh, we're taking 8 damage here, going to 3. Alright, our life total is very precarious. But, yeah, we gotta make that move now. Let's copy, I think, Deadlock. We could copy the Dragster, but I think I want the extra energy. Oh, baby. So much energy. I have to survive one more turn. If we survive one more turn, I think we're okay. But obviously this is the pivotal moment. Man, drawing Whirler Virtuoso would also be great for us. We'll see if the opponent can find a way to punch through the last few points of damage here. I can't use the Deadlock Trap this turn. Oh, unless they do that. Unless they crew their vehicle. Because now we can tap it. If they had just gone to combat, I wouldn't be able to do that. They didn't attack. I think they would have... Or I think they should have definitely attacked there just to get in for 2 damage. Or rather, gain 2 life. Alright. We are holding on, kids. Oh! That's a sweet draw, too. Perfect. Okay, so let's attack in for 2. They'll... I mean, they might not block. They might be scared. We're going to be gaining 2 life either way. But now we get to make a huge flyer and even get in for more lifelink. So, I think we have, as they say, turned the corner here. Like, that gives us 4 energy. 3 from the Wonder, 1 from the Decoction module, and then now we get another one from the Fanatic as well. We have 9 energy just sitting around. And remember, we can always bounce our creatures to give us extra energy. It's expensive, it's 4 to return, but this is looking really good for us. And the double Deadlock Trap is going to help us use all of this extra energy. Wow. Things have gotten real gross for us. Don't try this at home, kids. Spark of Creativity. Okay, well, they might whiff here. Darn, they hit a 3. Wow, the perfect. Okay. If they had hit a land there, it would have whiffed. But they hit the Gremlin, which means they get to kill our lifelinker. Luckily, again, we have the Wonder now to start gaining life. And unless they have a hard removal spell, this turn, Multiform Wonder is going to do all of the business. We'll tap the Dragster in combat. Let them attack with the other creatures if they'd like to. We can give the Wonder Flying, Vigilance, Lifelink, and we can pump up its toughness or power. One way or the other. So, looking good here. I don't think we need to use the Deadlock Trap. I think we just pass. Drew another nice one. I'm going to give the Multiform Wonder Vigilance here. And then I'm going to attack. And I don't actually need to give it flying because we have the Welding Sparks. I can just go to blocks. With 7 energy, we should be pretty safe. Plus, again, we can always bounce it for 4. Should we need to. Good stuff. Good stuff. Opponent's in the tank right now. Would not recommend playing blue, but when you have some of the nut blue cards and very, very solid red base, you're going to be happy. All right, let's give this lifelink. And then let's pump up its power. Let's make it a 5-1 lifelink, shall we? Casual 10-point life swing. Oh, yeah. And with that life gain there, I think we are very, very handily beating this opponent. Unless they top deck something crazy, which I can't shoot with Welding Sparks for 7 damage, or tap down, they are going to be in a world of hurt. All right, crew their vehicle. That's fine with us. We'll tap down the dragster. Let them attack if they want to, because again, Wonder does everything. See what they have post-combat for us. Reckless Fireweaver, that's not going to cut it. I'm going to go ahead and use the Decoction module here on our sentry at end of turn. We just get to keep rebuying energy. Now we're up to 10 energy. All right, let's give the Wonder Flying and Vigilance this time. And let's attack. If they don't block, which I would not assume they do, we're going to pump its power. And then we're going to give it lifelink. Easy. And from 5 to 15 we go. All right, what do you have, opponent? Veteran Motorist, sure. We'll see which way they want to scry. Bottom, top. Okay, they liked one of their cards. We're on a pretty slow clock. Rather, we're not killing them very quickly. But we are firmly in control. All right, tap down the dragster. Yeah, this deck is great. Just going off, really. End of turn, return our sentry again. Ooh, hey. Okay, that is going to end the game very quickly now. Let's give this flying. Let's give it vigilance. Let's attack in. Wow. This Renegade's insane in our deck. Yeah, this is gross. I have not drafted a red-blue deck like this before. And this is just game 1. Good stuff. All right, they no blocks. Then we're going to give it lifelink. Go back up to 20. We're going to pump its power. Go. We are down to 1 energy currently, but we're about to gain, what, 3, 7, 8? We're about to gain a lot more. That is sickening. Absolutely sickening. And now we just have the opponent dead next turn. Hit him for 5 and then shoot him for 6. Very gross. I hope the card that they put on top is good enough, because currently they are very dead. So I'm going to have to pay 8 for that. So I'm going to go down to 7, tap the rest. Oh, they're going to bash with everything. Okay. They could very easily have like an inspired charge here. Let's move to blocks. We should still be okay through an inspired charge. The Wonder will block the flyer. Speedway Fanatic will go in front here, and I don't mind taking the 4 damage, or potentially 8, or rather 10. Okay, so it is inspired charge. That's what we expected. Can pump the toughness here on my multiform to save it. Opponent's at 15. So if we tap here end of turn, we should be able to kill them. Let me double check the math though. This is 5. Oh, of course we can't. No, not anymore. I'm sorry. So let's give this vigilance. And just attack with our multiform. Them gaining that life. Put the hamper in our plans. But we can... I can do a lot of things here. I think we'll just... No, I want to hold up sparks. Let's play the gremlin. Hold up the welding sparks and the decoction module. Eddy Trail Hawk, not good enough. Yeah, it's going to be another 2 turns before we can kill them. Futile. Renegade could actually shoot the Oval Chase if they crew it. I guess we're just going to do that then. They might scoop now. Somehow I'm still using all of my energy. I mean, Multiform Wonder uses like 3 a turn, of course, but... Actually, I guess I've been using 4 for the Multiform. Flying, Vigilance, Lifelink, and then the Plump. Wow. So, awesome game 1. Opponent's on the red-white aggro deck. We could definitely bring in the Puzzle Knot or the Consulate, Skygate. Remember, we just want to buy time. And I think the Consulate is actually good at doing that. I don't think the Speedway Fanatic's good enough. And that the Turtle's just going to be better than the Speedway most of the time. So, yeah, let's ship it like this and try to have another sweet game. Here we are for game 2 of our red-blue energy deck. And we have the card that started all of this in hand, Whirler Virtuoso. Not going to mulligan. We have a very good curve, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hoping the opponent doesn't come out of the gates too quickly. Servo Exhibition, alrighty. No other ways to produce energy in our hand right now except for the Whirler, so a little unfortunate. We're going to start taking the servo beats. And hopefully the opponent doesn't have too much to follow up the servos with. Ruinous Gremlin, okay, that is not good enough. And they missed their 3rd land. Speaking of gremlins, we drew one of our own. I think I'm going to actually lead with the gremlin here. Not because I think it's better than the Whirler. It's obviously not. But I'm going to snap block if they attack, and I would rather lose the gremlins to a combat trick than the whirler, so I think I like this play. Like, we don't need to play whirler until we start going off. And it looks like they have built to last or built to smash. You want to block the non-artifact creature in case it is built to smash. That way they don't get to getting trample. Looks like they might just be using a Chandra's Pyro Helix though, which I'm perfectly fine with. Brazen Scourge is a good card. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna keep playing on curve. I'm gonna keep digging through our deck. And again, I'd rather lose the Nimble Innovator to a combat trick or a pump spell or whatever removal. I'm not trying to be aggressive. I am trying to stabilize early game. And once we get going, well, it's very hard for us to stop. Opponents drawn 2 lands in a row, though, so they are right back in this game. Looks like they have a Scourge of their own. Obviously fine. Happily take our 3, fall down to 13. And say, show me. Show me a way to deal with the 4-5. Because if you can't, well, this bad boy is going to do a lot of work. Thinking about the last game, you know what I should have done? I should have copied the Decoction module. That would have been insane. That's what I should have done. Oof. Well, I think the opponent probably has their Inspired Charge somewhere nearby. Let's hope to draw some ways to start pinging those. So what I can do here is I can Artistry the Visionary, get some tokens of our own, and copy the Wayward Giant. Oh, sorry, that doesn't work. I need to copy an artifact. Okay, new game plan. Cathartic Reunion, 2 mountains away. Probably play the Whirler. We have the good old Spireside Infiltrator, Renegade Freighter combo in hand. This is the pivotal turn, though. If the opponent has the Inspired Charge, we're going to be in a bit of trouble. And, well, you'll know if they have it if they attack with everything. We could have really used a Fireside Puzzle Knot, just to start pinging off the 1/1s. And it looks like they indeed do have the charge, which gives +2/+1. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to poop out a Thopter token. I'm going to chump the Brazen Scourge. I'm going to block 2/2 to 1/1, 4/5 to 2/1, and Whirler over here. I don't want to take 9 damage. Here we'll take 6. We'll trade off for everything but their Scourge. And be left with so many powerful cards in hand that I think I'm not worried. Yeah, like I expected. And so now let's just play our Infiltrator. Let's play out our Brazen Scourge. Let's play out our land. And we're going to sit back. I am in no rush here. Absolutely not. The thing I'm most worried about is a flyer, because we had to get rid of our Whirler Virtuoso. But that Salivating Gremlins is not going to fit the bill. Nor is the Toolcraft Exemplar. Alright. They have 1 card in hand. We have another Giant. Again, I'm just looking to stabilize. I'm in no rush here. I think our top end and our synergy is going to very much outpace the opponent. We just need to get there. Again, no rush on the Artistry. We can only copy an artifact, which is a Servo token. So I'd be able to get like another Giant, which is good, and a 1/1, so we're going to wait. Plus, if they play Aerial Responder, we want to get the Flyer and the Lifelinker. Ooh, okay. We could actually copy their Fireforger's Puzzle Knot. That would not be terrible. Oh, no, never mind. They're probably going to shoot our Infiltrator this turn. Double ping it is what I would imagine. Either they double shoot the infiltrator or they're going to my face, which is even scarier. Now that they have 3 artifacts, this turns into a 3/2 first strike. They're shooting my wayward giant, which I don't completely understand. Okay. Huh. So they just missed 1 point of damage? I guess that was the case. So let's copy the puzzle. And let's make a 3rd wayward giant. Ah, misclick. We'll kill their exemplar. We'll again pass the turn, and soon we'll be starting to attack with our 4/5s. That's bad. Shoot. Crap, I need to find a way to kill the flyer now. Because that's going to kill me in 2 turns. Oh no. I might have just thrown the game. Alright. Let's attack with all 3 giants. Does that leave me dead? I don't think that leaves me dead, right? No. Block. Block. I go to 3. Yeah, I can afford to attack here. I need to put him on a 2-turn clock. Right, we can afford to play this because they give this flying, maybe even that. If they give that flying. So I just need to hope they don't draw an artifact. Is basically what it comes down to. Shoot. I got careless, I guess. Didn't expect them to top deck a Nutty Trail Hawk, but I should have played better. Oh, I didn't leave myself dead on board. Right? Yeah, we go to 1. Oh, we go to 1! And then the Fire Forger kills us. I needed to not play the Renegade. Oh, I'm awful. Well, that and I guess the opponent missed a ping on us anyway, so... Shoot. That was a big mistake. That was my fault, guys. The opponent punted it and I threw it right back to them. Had I not used the Renegade Freighter, or had I not played the Renegade Freighter, I think we just happily win that game. And now we go to a game 3, because I'm a big fish. Alright. Let's run it back. Alright, game 3 here, round 1 with our red-blue energy deck. Pretty solid hand here. Got a turn 2 Theorist, or potentially a turn 2 Puzzle Knot if we need to kill one of their 1/1s. Or X1s, rather. Can start gaining energy. We have a good curve if we can draw some lands, which with the Theorist I would hope we would be able to do. Alright, good. And a 1/3 is very respectable here. Got a little cocky last game. I don't think it was the artistry that killed me, because what am I going to do? Copy their flyer? No, that doesn't seem that great. But it was the playing of the freighter. Alright, let's see how they scry. Obviously our Fire Forger's Puzzle Knot's going to be great. Wow, they double topped. Okay. I'm not going to attack for 1. I'm just going to scry end of turn. Looking for lands here. Brazen Scourge again? No, just the Gremlin, okay. And yeah, we'll keep a Mountain on top. Let's play out the Spire Side Infiltrator to trade away with their Gremlin, hopefully. What do you got, opponent? The Dragster, sure. They're not going to crew, though. Okay. This is a very easy double block. They have no open mana, which means they only get to kill one of our creatures here. And this way I don't take any trample damage. No, not this time, Consulate. Not this time. Hopefully we draw a land now. That way I can play the giant, start getting aggressive. Perfect. And the puzzle knot completely wrecks the dragster, but for now, we're the one that's going to get aggressive here. Again, I would like to draw one more land just so that I can play a 3-drop and hold up the puzzle knot, or just double 3-drop next turn. Because I think we're probably taking 6 damage unless they don't have a creature this turn, which seems highly unlikely. Sure, let's leave Artisan. Servo token, crew your dragster. I will take 6, friend. Ow. Do you have another creature? No, good. Ooh. Artistry would be nice. Alright, let's attack in. I assume the opponent... Oh, I thought they were going to block there. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's unlikely that we die next turn. And playing the deadlock trap sets us up to win next turn. Alright, no whammies. Hijack. 6, 10, 12. Oh no, if they have a pump spell, we're dead. Well, did not play around hijack. And now I could very easily just lose this game. Wow. Do you have it? No, I'm at 2. Do they have Pyro Helix? If they have Pyro Helix, they got me. Jeez, what a game. I guess I should have held up. Oh, Spark of Creativity. What did they hit? They hit a 1! Oh my gosh! We didn't lose! Unless they're slow rolling me. If they have the Helix, we're dead as the last card in their hand. If Fragmentize, we win. We have exactly 8 with just attacking, and then 1 more with the puzzle knot. Holy crap, what a game. Wow. That was intense. That was freaking intense. Jeez, games 1 and 3 were sick. Game 2... Oh, game 2 was also good, but I threw it after they had misclicked. Wow. Awesome games. GG's, man. GG's for sure. We didn't get to go off with energy this time, but hey, that was an enjoyable match. All right, let's just run it back and do some energy stuff. All right, here we are for round 2 with our sweet blue-red energy deck. We are on the draw, and I'm going to keep this hand. Obviously, we need to hit 1 more land, and hitting a mountain is the ideal, but we have 2 draws to find one. Like, we can potentially live the dream here. Turn 2 Fanatic, turn 3 Freighter, attack you for 5. No, turn 2 Fanatic, hit you for 2. Turn 3 Freighter, hit you for 5. Mountain, 1 time. Come on, let's go. 2 draws. And boom. Okay, not going to complain. Not going to complain about a creature that I can cast immediately. Now we'll just draw the mountain next turn, and it will be great. It will be absolutely great. Did not hit the mountain, unfortunately. No dream this time, but we do get to attack with a 1/3 turtle, or 1/4 turtle. And, well, I guess hopefully we draw lands. 2 landers on the draw are very, very reasonable to keep. You know, if we don't draw one by the next turn, that's just bad variance. So let's not run bad. Let's run good, as people say. Opponent with a Rhino, energy producer of their own. Come on, land. And we hit the bad side of variance. Okay. That's pretty unlucky. 3 draw steps. We are 15 of 33, then 15 of 32, then... Wait, this is turn 3. Yeah, 15 of 33, 15 of 32. How do I have 30 cards in my library right now? We've drawn 3 cards, right? Oh, yeah, of course. 33, 32, 31, yeah. I can do math. I'm going to block here. It's a free roll attack for the opponent, and this gets a counter on their creature. So this way, if they have another energy producer next turn, they're able to attack in. Okay. We found the mountain. Bingo, bango, bongo. Oh, they had an appetite for my decoction module. I'm going to go ahead and just attack in for 2 here. This is bad if the opponent finds a way to get 2 energy, but if they don't, then I'm preventing 3 damage instead of doing 1 more. Yeah, and so that's good for us. All right, now we freight, and then we haste. Well, turn 5 doing this is way less exciting, but happy we got there anyways. If they double block, we kill the flyer very, very happily. Opponent's on a mulligan to 5, so trading 1 for 1 here, especially with a creature that's not always a creature, is excellent. This just buys us a ton of time. Opponent has 1 card in their hand. I assume that if I just draw land, we cannot lose. That's a good draw from the opponent. 4/4 is very large. All right, there's land number 1, and I'm going to play the 2/2 here. Deadlock Trap is great, but we are just looking to hit our 4/5s. So, no attacks from the opponent is also a good sign for us. If they're not going to do anything, I'm going to go ahead and play the Deadlock Trap out, now that we've missed our land. Looks like they're just draw going. And there we go. Okay. Now we can start doing stuff. We have plenty of energy with the Renegade, so we can start tapping stuff down with Deadlock Trap, should we want to. And I'm going to go ahead and do that, because the Giants are marching. The Giants are marching. And what's better than 1 giant? 2 giants. Of course. 4 cards in opponent's hand now. I'm going to let them go to combat if they want. And again, we're going to tap down end of turn, and we have 4 more energy that we get after we play the Renegade. I need to play the Renegade pre-combat, though, just in case they have Ornamental Courage to untap their Pima Outrider to double block, because I didn't have any energy beforehand. Okay. Down to 7 you go, and I'm not even going to play anything here. We're just going to pass. Opponent's in white, so they could have a Fumigate. 5 cards in their hand. It's also possible they're playing 3 color? I have no idea. They might not have wanted to show any information, which is why they didn't cast anything, but who knows. Versus green, I generally do like counters, and I even think Terror of the Fairgrounds is a fine sideboard versus them, because they play a lot of the big creatures. But I'm happy running it back and seeing how this goes. Alright, game 2 here of round 2. We are up a game. We are playing against green-white, and we have a decent hand on the draw. Decoction module into Sentry, gain 3 energy. Not amazing, but This card is impressing me in the energy decks. We'll see if it can continue to impress. All right, well, we're back on the drawing lands plan, so hopefully that doesn't keep up. Opponent's on forest for their start. Oh, there's a plains. We saw Appetite last game. We didn't see any Fragmentizes. Turn 3 Sky Skiff. So they just drew that, which means they already had the plains in hand. Ooh! Hello. That's a spicy one. Oh yeah, let's just lead with Whirler Virtuoso now. We are going to start the combo. I can almost already produce 2 Thopters. And green-white doesn't have too many ways without a creature on the battlefield to deal with a Whirler. They would need like the Fairgrounds Warden, because Revoke Privileges does not turn off Whirler's activated ability. It just cannot crew vehicles. All right, Itty Trail Hawk, sure. And it looks like they're going to go ahead and attack me in here for 2. Which I don't mind, because this Whirler is very, very capable of outracing. So let's do that. Let's poop out a token. Let's get an extra energy back. Ooh, either Theorist is quite solid too. We're going to lead with the Tapper though, and bash in for 3. Now I can produce 2 tokens and still have 1 leftover energy. I can almost go infinite because we have the Sahili's Artistry. We can almost just we can double decoction module and just go off. I guess there's no reason for me to actually produce tokens right now if their opponent's leaving back all of their creatures. And we have other cards that use energy, like this one. Holy moly. Okay, I'm going to lead with Giant here, but looks like this game might just be all about us pinging. Oh no! They had the Appetite. Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, there goes our insane combo. I'm going to save the energy here instead of using it to produce a Whirler this time, or a Thermo this time. Oh, that's sad. No! Opponent, that's so mean. Yep. Alright, well. Let's gain all of the energy. And we can actually attack with both of our 2/3s. If they have one of the 1-mana pump spells, I do get a little bit punished here, but otherwise it's just bouncing off and then we're hitting them for 2. Man, I wanted to have some fun. But opponent was like, nope. Nope. Gonna kill your module. Gonna kill your fun. Alright, I guess we're scrying on upkeep. Salivating Gremlins. Well, I can produce 3 tokens to make that a 6 power creature in one, or 8 power creature in one fell swoop if I wanted to. I think we have better draws though. Island is certainly not one of them. We hold on to the land. We have Cathartic Reunion in the pack, or in the, not the pack, in the deck, so in case we draw that. Ninth Bridge Patrol. We can actually just shoot that with the Renegade if we'd like to. Pima Outrider, okay. Opponent's got some good green-white creatures for sure. 2 4/4s, very large. I'm going to go ahead and shoot the Ninth Bridge. Scry on upkeep again. Bottom of the mountain. And a bit of flood going on here. Moderate flood for us. The opponent should probably be attacking with their Outriders. Like, I'm not doing anything right now. There you go. Yeah, and I think I just take the 4 this turn. As sad as that is. Oh, it looks like they might give it flying. Wait, what? What are they doing? Why are they attacking with their flyer? Alright, show me the pump spell. They didn't. Oh, maybe they thought those were just servos? Not thought. No, I'm very confused. I'm very confused as to why they would do that. I'm not going to complain, but I'm very confused. Alright, Welding Sparks is a keep. And we'll just pass the turn again, holding 2 lands in hand for Cathartic Reunion. Oh boy. So I could shoot this in response with the Renegade, but I'm going to let that resolve, because now we're going to shoot it with Welding Sparks. If I shoot it with the Renegade, then they just poop out 2 tokens, and I don't want that. Okay. Gonna have to make some double blocks here. Yeah. So we'll double block. I'll shoot the Angel of Invention. Alright, they're going to kill the Whirler here. Do I want to produce a token prior? I think we can afford to poop out 1. We'll take 7, go to 7. We eat one of their 4/4s, which is nice. We're going to upkeep Scry again. Looking for like Multiform Wonder or something. But we're definitely not in the best of shapes right now. Hey, that is a good one. What am I copying with that? I guess we copy the Sky Skiff and the Giant? Yeah, I guess we copy the Sky Skiff and the Giant. And then we have to start bashing in. This is a little bit risky turn. If the opponent draws something, we're going to be in a load of hurt. Uh-oh. Okay. Phew. That was Nature's... Oh, I know. Nature's Way wouldn't have done anything either because we have the 4/5. Never mind. Never mind, never mind. Alright, let's upkeep Scry again. Bottom. Draw something relevant. Hey, perfect. Love it. Alright, Nimble Innovator. Gonna draw us another card. Brazen Skirt doesn't do anything, so that's why I'm not casting it out. Alright, Puzzle Knot is not bad. Because next turn I can activate the Skiff, attack for 2. They block with their Skiff, and then I fire Forgers it. So let's do that. We've gone very wide, but all of our creatures are very small. Oh, it looks like they're not even going to activate theirs. That actually makes a lot of sense, right? Because they outrace me in the air. Although, if they crew with a creature, then they are very close to dying. Yeah, it looks like they might just be blocking now. This board is so wide. Alright, they block. We knot them. And we might be able to start... No, not going in with everything. Our creatures are too weak. The creatures are very large and scary. Go to combat. Oh, they don't even have any flyers anymore. Let's crew. We have them on a 3-turn clock with flyers. Although I might want to start leaving back some Thopters in case they draw like Engineered Might to go super aggro. Because I'd have to chump with a bunch of stuff. Looks like we're safe though. 2, 3, 4. Another good draw. Ooh, is that lethal? 1, 2. Nope, I'm 1 short this turn. Okay. So let's just hold that in our hand. Attack for 3, or rather 4. I could have gone for it there, but I think that's a little bit risky. They're just dead next turn. What I could have seen is playing the Puzzle Knot to kill the Trusty Companion. That might have been an actual line, but it looks like we just 2-0'd or 2-1'd. And let's see if we can go 3-0 with this sweet energy deck. Thanks for tuning in. And here we are for the finals with our red-blue energy deck. We're on the draw, and we have a pretty solid hand. Reunion helps get rid of extra lands, like that one we just drew. Innovator draws extra deeper. Welding Sparks is a great one. Ooh, a red-blue mirror, potentially. Oof, that Speedway Fanatic might be doing like 6 damage to us. I'm going to go ahead and Reunion a mountain and an island here. And draw 2 more lands and a spell. Okay. Seems fine. Glad they did not have the Freighter there. That would have been very... Oh, no spells from the opponent. Alright, I'm going to jam this Renegade. And if they don't have a way to kill it, it's just going to shoot the Fanatic for us. Welding Sparks, sure. I mean, that's fine. They used premium removal on my 1-2. Alright, Malphus Doorbuster. Probably have to Sparks that on our own. Yep. Opponent is very aggro. And we are on the draw the lands plan. Oof, a Pyro Helix would be so good here for us. Of course, we don't have that in our deck. Actually, no, we have a Fire Knot puzzle. Yeah. Ooh, we did it! Like the champion that we are. Just gonna play the Sentry here. If the opponent kills our Puzzle Knot with their Gremlin, it's the same thing as if we had shot it, except now they're expending the mana. Alright, either Theorist. Now we're looking pretty good. I don't know why I played my untapped land. Should have drawn with Innovator first. Although I guess this plays around the counter. What do you got? What you got? All right. Well, back to the old ways of drawing lands. We are 6, 7, 8, 9. We're 11 lands through the deck already. There are 6 lands left in 23 cards. Oh, that's pretty good. So I have to shoot their gremlin first before I play out the wonder. Also, again, I played out the freaking untapped land. Mistakes. Mistakes were made. What am I doing? What am I doing? Alright, they bottomed. They didn't upkeep Scry again, though. Alright, we'll shoot their gremlin. Attacking again. Get in for 2. And hopefully they don't have a counter here. Because I have 6 energy and 9 if this resolves. Nice. Gonna be very, very hard for them to kill that. And even if they have like a malfunction, I have the Janjeet Sentry to untap it, which is kind of hilarious. What did they do? They bottomed again. It's good. Inventor's Goggles. That's fine. What else do you have? Ah, they do have a malfunction. Okay, that's fine. Again, we can give it... we can untap it with a Sentry and then give it Vigilance. Pretty good. So let's do that. Vigilance. Give flying. And give it power. Not going to gain life here. I'm not really under pressure. The opponent has 1 card in their hand, and I'd rather save the energy for other activations. Alright, they have something on top. Ooh, the Aviator. It's a good one. That's certainly a good one. Now they have a 1/5 flyer. This game might be going a little bit longer now. Yeah, I think we're just gonna pass. The Thopters have flying, so that makes it a real buzzkill. One only has 1 energy left, and they put on top again, so that's good for us. In the sense that it was kind of like a wasted energy. Oh, they have a Whirler Virtuoso as well. Alright, let's just draw our Decoction module. Start having some real fun. My turn to start scrying. We'll keep an Innovator. If we draw Sahili's Artistry, that would also be very good. Another land, sure. This is going to be an interesting game. 17 cards left. We've scryed multiple lands to the... No, that's not even true. Never mind. We've drawn extra cards, but we haven't scryed extra things to the bottom. Although I have more energy than the opponent does, and I'm assuming I have better cards to draw. Yeah, Brazen Scourge doesn't do it. We're looking for bigger bombs. 3/3's fine. Doesn't do anything. Alright, they didn't scry, so they're just holding up the energy for a potential Whirler. And again, I assume my bombs are better. Deadlock Trap. That's a keep. That's one of the cards we can start going off with as well as soon as we draw a Decoction. Also, getting 2 extra energy is not bad. This is a game. Draw go for the opponent. Multiform Wonder just holding us. Alright. Artistry. Coction module. No Speedway. Don't need a 2-1. 2-1's not worth. Alright, we have 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There are not many lands left for us to draw. And most, like, we've scryed at least one to the bottom, so we should be hitting our bombs here very shortly. There's the Decoction module. Bam. Time to start going off, kids. Time to start going off. Alright, let's return Nimble Innovator first. Draw an extra card. Play out the Gremlin. Get some more energy. And I can actually start attacking with the Gremlin soon, too. I think we start tapping. Let's tap their Experimental. Let's module our multiform. Get 4 more energy. Trigger the Salivating. Play the Freighter. Triggers the Salivating. Attack for 6 trample. And the next turn we're going to set up for the kill. Deadlock Trap and Janjit Sentry. Double tap, double tap. Bash with enough. Okay, happy to take this. Yep, Thopter. And that should be game. The value is unreal here. Plus we can also scry. We should probably be drawing the Artistry soon. Oh, and they just scoop. Oh, that's right, we also had 2 giants, yeah. Alright, in this mirror match, I could definitely bring in Failed Inspection. I think that's a solid choice. Just because these games are going to go a little bit long. I'm going to cut the Speedway Fanatic again. And I think we're going to run it like that. Oh, maybe actually the Consulate too. Instead of Turtle, because the opponent's not super aggro. Oh wait, no, Turtle gives me energy, and it's cheap with the Decoction module. Maybe a Nimble Innovator. Yeah, let's do it like that. Ship it, and let's go to game 2. Alright, here we are for game 2 of round 3. We're on the draw, so we're going to keep this hand. A lot of powerful cards in our hand, and, well, plenty of draws to find them. Remember, this was a Speedway Fanatic. There's a Mountain Forest, perfect. I don't think we're going to use Cathartic Reunion just quite yet. We have plenty of time, no rush. Salivating Gremlins for the opponent, which we're probably just going to Welding Sparks in all honesty. But for now, let's get down the Deadlock Trap. That can buy us a lot of time to go with the Failed Inspection. Especially if they don't have an artifact here, then I'm not taking much damage. Okay. Yeah, that's actually super awkward, because now I can't Welding Sparks. But again, we can keep tapping it down, which is nice. And it looks like they're missing lands. So I have multiple plays here. I could just pass. Hold of Inspection, which I think is fine. Could also Reunion or play the Sentry. You know what? I suppose I'm probably supposed to just jam out the sentry and tap down their gremlin because they're so far behind. And there's not much I'm too worried about with them having 3 mana and missing. Go ahead, tap it. Best case scenario, they play a 1 toughness creature and I draw land. No, that's a 2 toughness creature. Silly game, what are you doing? Okay, game plans. Probably just puzzle knot, the doorbuster. Ooh, they did draw blue source though. I'm going to take a hit for 3 now, since they didn't play an artifact. I hope they don't play anything too scary. Windrake should be okay. Theorist is not terrible. How do we want to play this? I think I'm just going to pass and hold up the counter plus the welding sparks. Take 2 from the Drake, counter whatever they play here. Yeah, we'll counter that for sure. Turtle, huh? Don't think Turtle's good enough here. Okay. Gonna Cathartic away my Renegade and my Theorist, as awkward as that is. Alright, well. Consulate's not a bad draw. Stems the bleeding. And that gives us 2 artifacts for Welding Sparks the following turn. Kind of an awkward position, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Now we're digging for lands, craving lands. Sure, Helix to finish off my 0-4 wall, you got it. Absolutely. Move the goggles, sure. So now we just play our giant, Fash for 2, tap the flyer. Only have 1 energy left right now, but we look to be in okay shape. Opponent jammed their 6 land. Looks like they were going to go to cast something immediately. That's kind of terrifying. Gear Seeker, sure. There's the land we were looking for. Yeah, so let's copy our Deadlock to get more energy and copy their Gear Seeker. Now we can Sparks for 5. Oh, no, we can Sparks for 6 because the Gear Seeker that we copied is a copy, or is an artifact. That's a lot of triggers on that gremlin. Okay. I suppose we're tapping their Gear Seeker, which we can't Sparks anymore. Or we could just double block it. That's not that bad. And tap. Actually, yeah, we'll tap the Gremlins. We'll take 2 in the air. We can double block the Gear Seeker. Ugh. We have too many evasive creatures right now for us. I need more energy. What if I just chump? Yeah. In fact, we might just chump here. And race. Land is not what we needed, but it's fine. They're probably chumping to some capacity. Okay, and can I actually play the Gremlin here too? Tap this. They have 1 card in hand. We're already presenting lethal though, so I think we hold up the Welding Sparks. We tap the Gear Seeker, we see if they go to combat. If we draw any more energy cards, we should be okay. We're probably going to Sparks the Gremlin now. What else do you have? 4 mana. Spontaneous Artist with haste. Okay, that's fine. So we tap Gear Seeker and hope they attack with everything. I lose to Built to Smash, I guess. Oh yeah. So it's Welding Sparks their Trampler. Go to 1. And kill him on the backswing. Easy baby GG. Woo! Good games. Yeah, this deck was awesome. A lot of tight interplay. A lot of nice synergies. But looks like we're going to get there. Nice. 3-0 with this awesome red-blue energy deck. We'll take a look at it one more time here for all of you to see in its full glory. First picked the Whirler Virtuoso, and then we got a lot of combo pieces. Opened to Sahili's Artistry, Multiform Wonder, Decoction Module, and just started going off. Anyways, thank you all for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed this Kaladesh 3-0 Draft League. Hopefully going to make some more. Please check out Numot Gaming as well while you're here. And for everybody here at Numot Gaming, take it easy, and we'll see you back next time.